Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie. I got this shit you can't buy. Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie. I be trying to tell all you hate niggas, I got this shit you can't buy. All they gotta do is look at the scoreboard, numbers don't lie. I'm putting up points, I'm outscoring haters. I'm getting these papers, I'm pulling these swords, I'm counting these racks, I'm writing these checks to account on hiatus. Grinding all day, I don't take a lunch. Wanna jump on the double dutch.
Mask Gang, what up? This is the Crimson Mask Show, episode 3. We are on the Crimson Mask Show YouTube channel, the first episode of Crimson Mask Show on this channel, and this is the Crimson Mask Podcast officially, and we're just going to get right into it today. We have a guest host, so let's go ahead and bring him on in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Petey, Stunt of the Crimson Mask Gang, also of the Stunt House. He's here. He's in business. He is ready to roll. I am ready to roll. And we going to get right to the damn thing. We ain't going to waste no time, man, because we got to go all the way back to last week, Friday in particular, just to get this thing kicked off. We're going to talk about the whole Jacob Fatu solo Sikoa thing. This right now, if I had to give this a chapter for pro wrestling, for WWE, it's going to be named All Hell is About to Break Loose. And that is what comes to mind when I think about Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Honestly, I thought that Jacob was going to welcome Solo back with open arms, and I thought Solo was going to screw him over, but Jacob wanted to smoke right away, man. Soon as Solo pulled up, Jacob cut his conversation with Cody short, and he was like, I'm about to go run up on this dude. And then Solo showed up in his Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker attire. He was dressed in all white. He was on some Casey and JoJo shit. All my life. Like that's how Solo pulled up to the building. Like, and then Jacob rolled up on him. I watched your show earlier today, Petey Stunt. Like you said on your show, they beat up the poor backstage hand, kicked him right in the fucking face, and kept it pushing because he didn't know where the fuck Solo was. So he got the business just back. And you know what I'm saying? Once he got back there, he asked Solo, what the fuck is he doing? Like, where the fuck was you at? And Solo didn't have no answers. And he told Jacob he loved him, and Jacob mobbed off on him. He ain't, they wasn't no more, I love you, Solo. He don't love Solo no more, man. No more. So, I mean, then we had the main event. We were talking about Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, Damian Priest beating the holy shit out of each other. Solo comes out. Solo tries to interfere. It just only ends up pissing Jacob off. And on top of that, Jacob loses the fucking match to South of Heaven, courtesy of Damian Priest. But the big thing that we got to talk about here is what is going to be the fucking aftermath of all of this chaos. All hell broke loose, Petey Stunt.
Yes, all hell did break loose. And I'm telling you right now, we're about to see some real life bloodline business going on here, because the way that segment ended with Jacob and Solo, that stare down of like, what the fuck did you just do, Solo? Like, why are you out here? Why are you interfering in my business right now? I get it. You want the bloodline to have the belt back. You want all this power. But right now, you told me to go out there and say, and prove that I need to be in that elimination chamber match so I can get that belt back at WrestleMania, back to the bloodline. But then you just had to come out here and fuck that up. Why? That's all I can see going on in Jacob's head. That's just the way he looks. You know, Jacob's a real dude. He's a real dude. So I'm imagining he's gonna have some words for Solo come SmackDown.
He gonna have some words for him, man. All he needed was a cigarette. Had a cigarette hanging out the side of his mouth, like, now why the fuck you come out here with your blonde ass mohawk in my motherfucking business? You hear me, motherfucker? That's how Jacob.
Don't forget the bottle of Hennessy. Don't forget the
bottle of Hennessy, man. Like Jacob was pissed off, man. I thought Jacob was gonna fuck him up right there ringside, And I would have said, man, you out here again with your fucking blonde mohawk, your dumbass turtleneck. You're up in here, you're fucking around, getting in my goddamn business.
Yes.
And then he lost the match. So we've been watching wrestling for years, man. We've been watching wrestling for years. We already know how this shit gonna play out. It's gonna be the same thing as the shit we finna talk about after this. He's gonna blame Solo for him losing the match.
Mhm.
Even though technically Solo didn't really cost him the match. He kind of just lost the match, but just his presence out there is gonna be enough for Jacob to say, you fucked me over for how many times? You disappeared on me, had me watching you walk away, came to the ring, did this, then just fucking left for 2, 3, 4 weeks. Then you're gonna show back up like you Casey and JoJo. So like I don't know, man.
Talking about I'm good. I'm good now, fam. I'm good now. I'm good. No, it wasn't all good when you left us stranded.
Exactly. We going around trying to figure shit out. I got a motherfucker with me. I'm babysitting a motherfucker that's going on saying and all that shit. And you up here, you didn't disappear out here doing God knows what. Doing God knows what, crying, doing whatever you're doing because you lost the fucking Ulafala. I didn't lose it. You lost it. I'm up here attacking motherfuckers twice my size and still getting the job done. And meanwhile, you somewhere crying in the back of your fucking SUV. That's how I looked at it, man. So yeah, man, this bloodline civil war is far from over.
Yeah.
And now it seems like the spotlight is on Jacob and Solo. And I think it's gonna all come to a head. It doesn't even have to wait to Elimination Chamber at this point because neither one of those guys are in it.
Yeah.
Neither one.
Yeah.
And Jacob could have been in it, but Solo just had to come the fuck out there.
Mm-hmm.
He just had to come the fuck out there. And we're gonna see, man. This shit might come to a head this upcoming Friday on SmackDown. We're gonna see.
Do you think, I know this is a far stretch. Do you think that Solo could be kind of a little bit hating on Jacob because Jacob was starting to get that shine? He's good at cutting those promos. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's looking at Jacob, Since Jacob's been there, it's all about looking at Jacob. Yeah, Solo, he's supposed to be the leader, yada, yada, yada. But the fact that when that dude left, Jacob just picked up the ball and kept going. Like he picked up the ball with shooting threes. You know what I'm saying? And getting them each time. So do you think that he could just a little bit hating on Jacob?
Could have been just a little bit hating on Jacob. I think he could have been a lot of hating on Jacob. I feel like he's been hating on Jacob for quite some time. Every time Jacob was finna step up and fuck up Roman or get a belt or do some destructive shit, who was in there to get in his fucking way? Solo Sikoa. It ain't Jacob's fault that Solo got a boring ass move set. It's Jacob's fault that Solo can't cut no promo. None of that shit is Jacob's fault. It ain't Jacob's fault that he got aura and Solo Sikoa don't.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, I feel like there is some hating going on. And poor old Tama Tonga just stuck in the fucking middle. Stuck in the fucking middle. just stuck in the fucking middle between these two behemoths, and he's gonna look what happened on Friday. He the one that got fucked up. He the one that got fucked up being in the damn middle.
Yep.
So we'll see. But we don't. I think we know who he's siding with when all the shit goes down. And honestly, if Jacob, Tamatonga, Tongaloa, Hikuleu, if all the motherfuckers get together or whatever and start fucking up Solo, who gonna help him? Jay's not helping him. Not only do he not want to, he's probably fucking busy. Jimmy, I feel like Jimmy is the one with the softer heart. So Jimmy might feel sorry for him and help. Roman's not fucking helping him.
Shit, Jimmy's stuck in the thing with Drew right now. He busy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Solo might be shit out of luck, man. He might have to call his dad or something. He finna be looking like Red on Friday in a second.
Man,
like, shit, Rikishi gonna pull up. Gonna see his nephew. Gonna see his nephew Jacob. He gonna be like, no. And then
No.
get in the car and go get the fuck up out of there. So
Get your ass in the car.
yeah, like so I don't know, man. I don't
Oh
know.
no.
All right, man. So now we got more blood feuds. Not a bloodline this time, but more blood feuds. For the 1,176th time, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Now, this is an old feud, man. I'm old enough to remember when they said they not gonna feud no more. They said they're not gonna feud no more. And since that happened, they feuded. They kind of beefed during the bloodline situation, but that was a one-sided feud. That was just really just Sami Zayn turning on Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens kind of just like just not fucking with Sami Zayn. But now we got Kevin Owens trying to end Sami Zayn's career. According to Sami Zayn on Raw, Kevin tried to end his career, but I think as fans and as and as them as wrestlers, let's not forget Sami Zayn haluva kicking Kevin Owens in the face during the Bloodline saga, even though they eventually came together. So let's not just paint Sammy as this like victim here who never did anything wrong to Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shit that Kevin said that he's right about. And I think it's been long enough now to where I'm ready for another Sami Zayn Kevin Owens feud. It's been years since they had a full-on feud because they've
Yeah.
either been on the same side or they were in the feud where it was more in passing. Like the bloodline thing was just more of like a story of Kevin trying to convince Sammy to leave the bloodline and Sammy being conflicted about leaving and making some mistakes. But yeah, man, Kevin fucked Sammy up. Now Sammy looks to fuck him up. Unsanctioned match, Elimination Chamber. I don't think the match is going to end there. I think this thing is going to culminate at WrestleMania. But we'll see, man. That match in the Elimination Chamber is probably going to be brutal. It's unsanctioned. They're probably going to fight all over Canada. You're probably going to get some type of interaction between Kevin and Sami Zayn's wife. He's probably going to say, I got to do this. The wife's going to be like, come on, Kevin, don't do it. Maybe if they were even slicker with it, they would have Kevin's wife there trying to plead with Kevin. That's your best friend. Don't do this, Kevin. And Kevin ignoring and saying, I gotta do this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, man, this is gonna be brutal.
My thing is, okay, they had this match and they just beating the living crap out of each other.
Yeah.
What's next for WrestleMania?
That's a
You know
good
what I'm saying? Like what do they do then?
It would stand to reason that maybe the match at Elimination Chamber shouldn't have been unsanctioned. Maybe this should have just been a regular match and the one at WrestleMania would be unsanctioned. But I mean, imagine if they have the unsanctioned match and at WrestleMania they had the big match as a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh.
You like to say Sammy's Mick Foley. You love to call him Mick Foley.
Well, he better come out as Sammy Cactus or something. I don't know.
Canadian Jack.
Yeah, he better come out as the Canadian Cactus Jack or something.
Yeah, like Maple Leaf Jack. Like I mean, Maple Jack
Yes,
or something.
Maple Leaf Jack.
Like, yeah, like he's gonna have to do something, man, because Kevin Owens been on some shit, man. But then there's also another deep lurking behind the scenes hidden thing, man. Where's Randy Orton?
Yes.
He strikes when you least expect it.
Where?
I mean,
Where?
I
Is
mean,
he gonna strike? Is he gonna strike within that match? Oh,
yeah. Maybe that's your answer to what's gonna happen in WrestleMania. Maybe that's your answer right there. Maybe you get the unsanctioned match. Maybe Kevin Owens obliterates Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn's neck isn't 100%. And maybe after that match, you get Randy Orton getting his revenge on Kevin Owens. Boom, WrestleMania, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine WrestleMania without Randy Orton?
I can't.
Like,
And I mean, there's been so many different scenarios. Is it going to be Randy versus John Cena for the last time at WrestleMania? But now I'm starting to see, okay, how this Kevin Owens thing is playing out. Yes, Randy Orton does have to strike. It's his time to start coming back. This is that WrestleMania season. So it's time for the Viper to start slithering on in to make that strike back. Yep. Oh, man.
Yeah, man. I can see it now. It's crazy how we'll talk about something and then we'll wonder what the storyline's gonna be. But once we get to talking about it, it starts to just all make sense.
Yeah, it does. Man, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, man. Because like I said, this unsanctioned match, it seems like what should be the last match of a long feud, but they're doing that at Elimination Chamber. And if it's unsanctioned, that means anybody can interfere. And we know that Randy Orton owes Kevin Owens a receipt. He owes him a big receipt.
Yes, he
And I
does.
think he's going to cash that receipt in at Elimination Chamber and then cash it in again at WrestleMania. I can see that.
I could definitely see that. Now it's starting. You got it playing in my mind. Now I can't unsee it now at this point. Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. So then we have let's talk about it. AW Grand Slam. Okay. Before we talk about it, I try my best on both of my channels, this channel and Crimson Mass Pro Wrestling. I try not to alienate the AEW fans because they are a group of people who do not like to feel attacked. Not like to
That is
feel
true.
attacked. They don't want to be attacked as a fan base. They don't want AEW attacked as a company. So I'm going to try to be fair. There was some things at Grand Slam that I did like. There was more things that I didn't like, but there were some things that I liked. Like, do I want to talk about? Let's talk about the bad things first. Let's just rip the band-aid off. Okay, let's rip off the band-aid. Just get it out the system so we can talk about the good things. What's going on with that fucking baby size, that WWE playset ring that they're wrestling in? The same ring that made Buddy Matthews tweet talking shit about the ring, but then deleting the tweet, of course, because you don't want to end up in Guantanamo Bay, where you don't get no TV time. You don't want to end up there. So, of course, he had to delete the tweet. That ring was fucking small. The first match, Kyle Fletcher takes Shitta. I'm just playing Takeshka. Takeshka, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. I mean, they could all fucking wrestle. What do you want me to say? But my biggest thing is this. Like, I hate to say this, man, because people are gonna get mad. Like, I know they're gonna get mad. I don't understand you taking two of the biggest wrestling stars in the world, Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, and you're putting them in there against Kyle Fletcher and Takeshka. Okay, now Ryo Sakazaki, people got on me the other week when I talked about Mercedes Monet versus Sakazaki. It has been weeks, so if I'm butchering her name, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But I was basically saying, like, you got how a casual fan will view this match is Sasha Banks versus a nobody. So now in this match, let's say it's not a casual fan. Let's say it's somebody just a regular wrestling fan, not hardcore, not casual, just straight down the middle. They're gonna say, "Oh man, it's Kenny Omega, it's Will Ospreay.
Mhm.
Why are they fighting this guy from Japan and Sid from Toy Story?" That's what they're gonna say. That's what I'm saying. Because at this point, Kyle Fletcher looks like Sid from fucking Toy Story. He's breaking toys. He wants to rip apart Woody and Buzz. He wants to put Buzz legs on Woody and Woody legs on Buzz.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do. And the match, once again, the match was good. But to me, I don't judge at this point. I don't judge Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay on the quality of their matches. I know they're going to put on good matches. They're Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. What is the fucking story surrounding the wrestling? What is it?
Mm.
Why are they fighting these guys? Like, oh, we both used to be a part of Don Callis, so now we're fighting these current guys that are a part of Don Callis. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, you're ultimately, you're fighting nobodies. Like, I hate to say it. Like, and I don't personally think that Takeshka and Kyle Fletcher are nobodies. I really like Kyle Fletcher and I like Takeshka, but in terms of like building a great story, why do you have these top tier stars in your company fighting dudes that like should be mid card or lower right now? Like, nobody's checking for Takeshka. Nobody's checking for Kyle Fletcher. Nobody's checking for these guys. If it wasn't for the fact that I have committed myself to paying attention to AEW, I wouldn't know who they fucking are. You hear about Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega without being an AEW fan. You hear about these guys. These other two guys, you have to watch Japan and AEW to know who the fuck they are. So I just don't get it. I think, and here's the thing what really irritates. I don't know if Kenny Omega has like all this fucking time left to put more damage on his body, they should be protecting Kenny Omega at all costs, protecting him and not wasting him on nothing. Like that's what they're doing. They're wasting Kenny Omega on nothing. Every match he has should mean something at this point. You wasted him on a fucking tag team match that doesn't lead him to anything relevant. I don't get it.
Yep. And I mean, Jesus. Since he's came back, Kenny Omega, man, he's not the same. He's not the same. He's not the same Kenny Omega. It's not the cleaner. He's just not the same to me. I mean, he's walking around dressing like he's from the Fable game, and the music and all of that stuff. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I like you better when you was with Don. I like you better when you was with Don. I would rather you go back to the Don Callis family than do this whatever it is that you're doing right now, because it, to me, it's not getting over. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not getting over for me. I'm sorry. I mean, I miss that old Kenny Omega. I miss that old Kenny Omega. I don't like this new one. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'd rather him be a heel. He's better as a heel. He's more entertaining as a heel. His music is better as a heel. He's just heel to me. And trying to be a baby face isn't his thing. That's like when MJF tried to be a baby face and it just doesn't work. You are a heel to me, and I need you to be that. Nothing else. And if this is your last ride for your career or whatever you plan on doing, go out as a heel. Get back with Don, because when you was with Don, you was winning titles. Let's be honest. He's winning titles.
Get back to being fucking elite. Like,
Yeah, get back
like,
to that.
yeah, like,
I'd rather you get, what, all of that. Elite, something. This crap that you're doing now, I want to be medieval. No, it's not working. I'm sorry. It's not working.
it's not, man. It's not. Like, honestly, the reason I started watching AEW to begin with was because him and the Elite, him and the Young Bucks, Hangman Page, all those dudes were super entertaining to me. They were super cool. Now, even though I knew they were fucking nerds, they were super cool.
Yeah.
Cause like, I mean, I feel like I could relate to them more because I feel like I'm nerdy as fuck, but like I'm not gonna say I'm super cool, but I'm like I'm cool, I'm all right, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm all right. I feel like I relate to him, but now it's like Kenny Omega's just like a regular wrestler to me, man. Like, what fucking happened? What happened to the fucking cleaner, man? Like,
Yeah,
as
that's
a
what he's
character,
getting down to. Yep.
like a
Yes.
bad motherfucker, the best bout machine, man. Like,
Yes.
what the fuck happened? Now he's teaming up with dudes that almost fucking ended his career. Like, what I hope is that Kenny Omega plays nice and he fucking tries to destroy Will Ospreay out of nowhere because
Mm.
he hasn't really forgiven him. That's what I
Mm.
hope he does. I'm not finna sit up here and do what everybody else does and fantasy book him to WWE. If he goes to WWE, great. If he stays and help elevate AEW, great. But I'll say this once and I'll say it again. AEW will never reach the heights it can reach as long as Tony Khan is booking. It's never gonna fucking happen.
Mm.
They have to eliminate that part of it. Tony has to step out of his own fucking way so the company could flourish. And I don't know if he's gonna fucking do it because to him, Tony is just a kid in his room with a toy box full of wrestling toys, and he's playing wrestling in his room on his floor with his legs crisscross fucking applesauce. And that's just how I look at the whole situation. But yeah, man. Another thing I'm gonna talk about is I'm gonna talk about Edge. Cope, 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 cope,
You
cope,
better get that right. You better get that right. You better
cope.
get that right.
I want to talk about cope. Um, this just
Oh gosh.
this is just more of the same shit. If Cope and we start on fucking Jay White, because now they just have, I can't believe they signed Jay White and fucking Okada. I can't believe they signed Jay White and Okada just to have them be fucking mid-carders. That's fucking insane to me. It's like, oh, they don't know them in the States. They don't know them in the States. You haven't done anything to make people know them in the States. I fucking have a whole other channel, the Crimson Mass Pro Wrestling. I posted a short about a clip from AEW Dynamite from this past week. People are I had more than one person on there saying, why is Jay White using the Sister Abigail? He's using the fucking Blade Runner. It's his finisher.
Mm-hmm.
It's been his finisher. And they're saying, why is he using Sister Abigail? And that's Tony Khan's fault.
Uh-huh.
It's Tony Khan's fault. He hasn't done enough to make Jay White feel like a special performer, a special wrestler. So now they're looking at him. They're saying he's ripping off Bray Wyatt's move. They're saying that they look at him as the casual fan. And if I get one more fucking AEW fan making a fucking comment, my fucking head is gonna explode. Making a fucking comment saying, well, it's your fault or it's their fault if they're a casual fan, they don't know who Jay White is. It's Tony's fucking fault that he hasn't done anything to make a casual fan know who Jay White is. That's on Tony Khan. That's on him. Why the fuck does he have Cope in a fucking match with Jay White against fucking John Moxley, and I was finna call him Antonio Cesaro. Fucking John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Like, why does he have him? I just don't get it, man. Tony Khan is so fucking wasteful. Now I get it. Maybe they're like, okay, Revolution is the more important show, so we're just gonna have a little tag match over here before we have Cope versus John Moxley. Okay, I get it. But why the fuck are you wasting Jay White in this? Like, you got Jay White being Edge's Cope's sidekick, his sidekick in this match, and then to top it off, they fucking lost. They lost to fucking John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Like, Tony Khan's just fucking, he's the worst booker I've seen since Vince McMahon. Like, I shit you not. Him, like, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what type of investigations or whatever they want to talk about with Vince. When it comes to being a booker, Tony Khan, Vince McMahon are fucking stepbrother. They're playing on a fucking drum set. Like, and don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about in some eras saying that he's a Vince McMahon, that's a compliment. I'm talking about 2010 Vince McMahon, like the Vince McMahon that had motherfuckers saying sucker and succotash and all that shit. Like, that's the Vince I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Vince I'm talking about. Like, not the good Vince from the Attitude Era. So, I mean, fucking, it's horse shit, man.
Yeah, man. The one thing I gotta say about Tony Khan is Tony is just like typical Tonys. They don't want to take no accountability for shit, you know. So my issue is that if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, let someone else do it. What is so hard by hiring some really good writers? There's plenty of them. They're out there. So what's hard about doing that? Are you trying to cut corners? Is that what you're trying to do? You got the small little fucking ring. You trying to cut corners? Trying to save money? I don't know, But we got to get this figured out, man. It's hard to sit and watch a AEW program in its entirety. I would rather watch highlights to know the main stuff that happened than sit and be dragged out of boredom for watching the show in its entirety. You got guys in there, they don't know who the hell they want to be. John Moxley thinks he's some type of psycho Stone Cold, leading the Alliance group or whatever he's doing. I don't know. It's really dumb. I'm sorry. I would rather you just be John Moxley. Be Dean Ambrose, eating hot dogs and putting mustard and ketchup on it and all that stuff. The stuff he's doing in WWE. I'd rather you do shit like that than this, whatever it is. It's not catching on to me, man. You went bald headed. You start going to the Stone Cold goatee. You're wearing a Stone Cold chain. You're driving a Stone Cold pickup. Like, it's too much. It's just too much going on. You guys really, if you really want to be in that step above WWE, you need to take notes. And Tony, you guys see, he has to get that together. Like, I just don't understand on why are you being so stingy with the booking? Why are you being stingy? This is not a game. You're losing. I'm done with it.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. I just had to hear you preach. I had to give you your testimony real quick, man. I mean, now let's talk about something good. Like, I briefly mentioned fucking Okada, Buddy Matthews. Buddy Matthews hurt his fucking leg. Okada won the match. Like, But once again, like it felt like a fucking waste of Okada, who's holding a belt that fucking means absolutely nothing.
No.
Like watch. I hate to say this because it's gonna piss them off, but watch WWE. Watch the way Gunther carried his title. Watch the way he carried his title, and watch the way that he, showed the prestige of that title. As I'm having some technical difficulties over here, show the way that he's having some prestige of that title, and
Tony
watch
must be listening.
yeah. And watch how he held it. That's how you should be a title holder. And that's not to say it's not Okada's fault. Once again, it's Tony Khan's fault. Make that title that he got from the Intercontinental Classic, make that title fucking mean something. Make it mean something. They haven't done that yet. But let's talk about something that was very good on AEW Grand Slam. Let's talk about timeless Tony Storm. Okay, yeah, man. Timeless Tony Storm, man.
See
The
those
one
goosebumps?
yeah.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, man. The one thing that AEW has been getting right, I won't say the one thing, one of the few things that AEW has gotten right is timeless Tony Storm. I don't know if that's because of Tony Storm or because of Tony Khan, but I do know that it's timeless. And she was able to win the AEW Women's Championship. Congratulations, Tony Storm. That was excellent. She's excellent. She's an excellent wrestler. She has mastered that timeless character, and that character continues to roll. I'm not surprised that she went back to that character. I'm not surprised because that character works, and that character is good for her, and it's good for AEW.
Yeah, I would like to see her do like a kind of like what we was talking about, like that Mick Foley having what do you call it, the faces of Foley.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would like for her to do stuff like that. So when she's in a bind, she can go and get that timeless Tony Storm, bring that out, and you know what I'm saying, and use that to get over on major feuds that she had with Maria May. Like this feud has been going on for quite a while now, and I don't think it's gonna end just after Tony Storm getting that belt back. I think Mirage still got a little bit up her sleeve first. But I'm still waiting to see on what's the next move for Tony now. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be new challenges. She's got to know that there's a target on her back. She has a target on her back again, and there's going to be people coming for that title. So I'm just waiting to see on what's the next move for her, man. And I was so happy. I was surprised. I was a little shocked. I was like, wait, what is she just? I was confused. But now but when you said no, she went back to go for that character because that character worked. That's what I'm thinking. Like that's what it is. She needs to do like different phases. Like if she's in a bind, so it works out perfectly. So then she can probably come out on the next show as just Tony Storm. You know what I'm saying? And then when something happens, she can bring out another character or something like that. I'm liking that. Tony can play some characters, man. If you really think about it, she can play some characters for sure.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. She did a damn good job in Grand Slam. So that was really, honestly, the best thing at Grand Slam, and I'm glad that they made that the main event. All right, now let's talk about the next thing. I'm not even going to get into all the nuts and bolts of NXT Vengeance Day. I'm just going to talk about the one thing I fucking hate: the return of Retribution. If I hear one more person refer to that shit as Shield 2.0.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God.
Oh
That
man.
is not
No.
the Shield 2.0.
No.
You ever
No.
mentioned the Shield and whatever the fuck that was in the same sentence? I can't tell you who one of those people are that's in there. Are you fucking kidding me? You got 4 dudes from the Performance Center and had them attacking the NXT champion and the NXT tag team champion. That made no fucking sense. And it reeked of Retribution. Where's T-Bar? Where's Mace? Where's I can't even remember the fucking rest of the names of the other people in Retribution.
Oh my goodness,
It was
man.
fucking horrible.
Oh,
Like
man.
if I knew who they were, I would individually tell you what I don't like about each member and the group itself, but I can't tell you who the fuck they were. And
Mhm.
even worse, The fans couldn't tell you who the fuck they were. They were chanting, "Who are you?" That's what they were chanting. It was horrible, man. Like,
Oh my goodness.
if Shawn Michaels thought of that, he need to sweet chin music his damn self. Because that shit was just a horrible idea.
Oh
Horrible
God,
idea.
it's a clusterfuck, man. Like seriously, I don't understand on why even go back to that. Like that's pretty much what they're doing. They're trying to take something that didn't work the first time when Vince was there trying to make the shit work and trying to make it work now. This because Vince is gone, maybe they can try to do some little tweaking. It's not gonna work at all. Nobody wants to see that shit anymore. Let that shit go. Let them guys go back to the performance center, get their shit back up, and maybe come back as individuals or whatever. But it's literally giving everyone that I know of retribution vibes, and that shit was horrible. That was literally the dark days of 2020. That
Yeah.
was the dark days right there, having retribution. That was so dark and it was so terrible. And guess what happened? They're all gone. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? What's
Well,
the point?
hold on. They still got me chin.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Me Chan was there. Oh, see, I forgot. And she's hanging on by a thread. I forgot. My bad. But
Man,
for the
Petey,
rest of them, who
Petey,
else?
that shit was so bad. That old girl that we like. What's that girl? What's that girl that we both like?
Mercedes
Martinez.
Martinez. She went over to AEW after
Yeah,
that.
Mercedes. That shit was so bad. Mercedes Martinez, like, I'm fucking out of here.
And
Want the fuck out of Dodge.
then you got what's the other one? Mace. He went off to be with Mansoor, and they became the Maxwell Male Models, which they're doing pretty well, to be honest. But look what he had to do to try to revive himself.
I don't know what their name is. It ain't Maximum Male Model. That was
No,
WWE, but it's something. I
it's
forgot.
something close to it. Yeah, it's
Something
something.
close to it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was so bad that he went from Mace to Marseille.
Yeah, myself.
To Marseille.
Oh man.
Like,
Yeah, that shit was horrible. That's horrible. When the young lion tired, he I was like, this shit is horrible. This is horrible.
okay, let's just real quick before we go on to the next thing. Let's look at everybody. Let's look at where they are now, from Retribution to where they are now. I would like to think that Michin, aka Mia Yim, is better since Retribution.
Facts.
But she went through a dark slide after Retribution, but she recovered from it.
Facts.
I would say that Mustafa Ali, Ali's doing very well in TNA. He's
Facts.
doing well, but he went to a dark slide before he got back up. I remember a period of time. Remember before he left WWE, he just kept getting his ass. So I forgot who that was. He kept challenging. I know who it was. Bobby Lashley. He kept trying to fight Bobby Lashley, and Bobby just kept beating the shit out of him. And he beat him. He beat the shit out of him until he left the company.
Yes.
And now he's like playing a president in TNA. So I would say he's better off. Like I said, Mercedes Martinez got the fuck out of Dodge. She said, "Why am I wearing this fucking mask? I'm getting the fuck out of here." She was gone. Fucking Shane Thorne, I don't know where he is now. MS, whatever they are, or PG-13, whatever the name of that group is. I think they might have reunited like in some other company, but I don't know if he retired or not. He just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
Fucking who else was it? And then I think that was pretty much it for that group. So, yeah, and then Marseille. So yeah, nothing good came of that group. That was horrible. And the reason why it pissed us all off so much is because the vignettes that they did leading up to them debuting, it really made it seem like some heavy hitters was coming. Like this motherfucking Shane Thorne. Like, come on, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
nobody's special. Like nobody's special. None of these people are special to me. You know what I mean? There's nothing special about them. The whole shit just stinks. It stinks. It smells like ass, and it's just get rid of it. Just get rid of it, WWE.
yeah,
Come on, man.
I
Come on,
don't
don't
think,
stoop back down to AEW's level. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, my AEW fans. Sorry about that. But
leave them alone.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it stinks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't think that group has a very long shelf life. All right, back to more important thing. Where the fuck is Roman Reigns? Where's Roman? He's like Waldo at this point. Where is he? Where's the striped shirt? We know okay. Now, before a smartass listens to this and wants to make a comment like he's injured, I know he's fucking injured. I know he's injured, but I'm saying where is he? Because he's lurking in the darkness, man. There's no way that he's letting Seth Rollins get away with what he did to him at the Royal Rumble.
No.
There's just no fucking way. Not the Roman Reigns I know, not the tribal chief,
Mm-mm.
not the head of the table,
Mm-mm.
not the needle mover,
Mm-mm.
not the goat.
Mm-mm.
He ain't gonna sit down taking that. So
Mm-mm.
Steph better keep his head on the swivel. He better keep his eyes behind his back. He better keep eyes in the back of his head because Roman is coming. And when
Yeah.
he comes, like you gonna get the business, man. He might bust in the elimination chamber, beat your ass, stack you, pin you. What do you used to say? Pin you. Like he gonna do all that shit, man. One thing, if I could put money on it, one thing I can guarantee you, Seth Rollins has a 0% chance of winning the Elimination Chamber
Mm-hmm.
because Roman Reigns is going to make sure he doesn't win that fucking Elimination Chamber. And even if Roman Reigns doesn't do that, you better believe the night after the Raw after Elimination Chamber, Roman's coming to whoop that ass. You better believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said, you better believe that. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's coming to whoop that ass, man.
Yeah, Roman. Oh man, Roman is one of my favorite guys. He's one of my favorite guys, man. He's my tribal chief. He's my tribal chief. We put our ones in the air for Roman. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he steps in the building. I know for a fact when Roman returns, he's going straight after Seth and he's laying a smackdown on Seth. You know what I'm saying? This actually might be a really good card rack coming leading up to WrestleMania. I feel like this is a match that's going to be in that card. They got to have banger after banger. You know what I'm saying? We can't have all these little filler matches. We got to have some bangers on night 1 and night 2. Not sure which night they're going to be on, but I'm pretty sure we're definitely going to see Roman Reigns either at Elimination Chamber or after Elimination Chamber, like you said. And once we do, ooh man, Seth, you in some trouble, man, for sure.
Damn right, man. Seth, may God have mercy on your soul. All right. Our last topic of the day. Naomi. All right, man. Naomi. Mrs.
Mm, mm,
Naomi
mm,
Trinity Fatu.
mm, mm,
Okay.
mm,
Uh
mm.
Naomi, we know it's you, man. Just the jig is up. We know it's you. Stop capping. We know you did it. That little act you put on you was too excited, Naomi. You was too damn excited. You seen that video footage like, look. Look at this still shot of Liv and Raquel Rodriguez right here. See, people thought it was me. They thought it was me. I still think it's you, Naomi.
Mhm,
You
mhm,
ain't fooling me.
mhm.
My dad always taught me never trust a big button of smile.
Ah!
See what Naomi got going on? I don't trust you as far as I could throw you. You're the one that attacked Jade Cargill. God damn it. But a big ass swerve would be if Bianca did. I don't know how that would work considering that Bianca was in the ring during the time it happened. I don't know how that would make sense. I'm the type of person that I think when it comes to wrestling, the obvious answer is always the worst answer. You don't want to be obvious. You want to be unpredictable.
Mhm,
The super predictable thing would be Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez attack Jade Cargill. That's the super predictable thing. The predictable thing is Naomi attacking Jade Cargill. The
mhm,
unpredictable thing is Bianca Belair attacking Jade Cargill. And I don't know what happened. Maybe Bianca attacked Jade before her match.
mhm.
Maybe I should go back and watch what happened that night so I could pick up little breadcrumbs. Because maybe the match started off and Bianca was out of breath, like she was doing something before the match. Like maybe that's how you could swing it. Because
Yeah,
Bianca, she's wearing a grill now. She's acting aggressive. She slapped the shit out of Jordan Grace during the Royal Rumble for no fucking reason. Like, just because she was hugging Naomi, like she, attacked Jordan Grace. Her man is up there preaching. A man already turned heel. He's up there preaching, telling people to have mercy on their soul.
with the grill in his mouth.
Yeah, so I mean, we might see something with that, man. This is gonna be real interesting. I think it's Naomi, but I'll be damned if it wasn't Bianca Belair.
And you know what, man? WWE has been the year of unpredictability. We had no clue, okay? We had no clue that Jay was going to win the Royal Rumble. Facts. Like you said, could Bianca by this much chance? Could she have been the one to attack her tag team partner. And the question is, no matter if it's Bianca or Naomi, the main question is going to be why?
Yeah.
Why? That's what we're going to want to know. Why? They got to have a real good damn excuse. I can get Naomi's excuse. Naomi's doing it because, she wants to be included in some, she want to be attacked. She want to be some type of champion. You know what I'm saying? She trying to, get her way back up there. She felt like, well, if I use Bianca, I can get an elimination chamber, this, that, and the third. That's when I was thinking, right? They both in the chamber. I was just telling you when we was watching, I said they both in the chamber. What if something happens leading up to it? By God darn it, we know that something's got to happen because next week they got a tag team title match against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, which they are at a high chance of losing those titles. And if they do, who is going to strike on who? Who's going to put who to shame? Who's going to bring who out to the light? What's going to happen? Is Jay going to show up on Monday, kid? Is Jay going to show up? Is she going to show up? She could.
Interesting.
She could. WWE's been unpredictable. I like it. I like the fact that they're trying to go unpredictable a lot more than before. Before, you could still kind of predict everything like, oh, we already know that's going to happen. But they've been trying. They've been trying a lot harder this time. And I give them a lot of credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Keep us guessing. Keep us on the edge of our toes. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. I can't wait to get Jade. I can't wait till Jade comes back for several reasons. One being just that she's just like a stunning woman, and just her in-ring, not her in-ring ability. Like, I don't want to say, I'm not going to sit and talk about how Jade can't wrestle nothing. It don't matter when you it don't matter how you wrestle when you look like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was one thing learned about wrestling, WWE in particular. If you look like a fucking comic book hero, it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't
She
matter.
wrestles good enough. Big boot, her finish, then her finisher. That's all she fucking needs. She only needs a few moves because she has everything else. She's not the total package, but she is a package of high quality,
Right.
high grade, and she is fucking awesome. Presentation is awesome. I can't wait to her coming back. WWE still hasn't pulled the trigger on the most interesting version of Jade Cargill, which is her heel persona. They've been doing this good girl but tough persona. When she comes back, she's going to be no nonsense. Eventually, it's going to lead to her being a heel, and I can't wait to fucking see it, to be honest.
Yeah, same here. I can't wait to see it, man. And just know this story is definitely got a good development to it as long as they keep it going and keep it spicy for us. Keep it spicy. You know what I'm saying? Make me thirsty. Make me real thirsty where I gotta take a drink of water. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have a drink of water. I don't want a shit show, So keep it spicy for us. That's all I'm asking. I can't ask for nothing much better than just keep it spicy for us. But I think WWE's been doing a good job of that lately, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. This was a fun episode, man. We're going to have Petey Stunt more on the Crimson Mask Show podcast. I'm going to be in the Stunt House. We're going to cross. He's still a member of Crimson Mask, but he's also doing his own thing because he's going to be talking about more the professional wrestling, and he's going to be doing that inside the motherfucking Stunt House. By the way, Petey Stunt, tell them where you can find the Stunt House.
You can find me on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Petey Stunt 101, or you can just type in Petey Stunt House and you'll see it. You'll see all the good new things that are on the way. We got a lot to talk about on that channel, man. So stay tuned. Best believe you will like it. I'm pretty sure. If you don't, then I don't know what to say. Thanks for coming anyway. But I love you guys. All right. Either way it goes, I love you guys. If you get a chance, just stop by.
Yeah, man. And don't forget to check us out too, not only on this channel, the Crimson Mask Show, but check us out on our other channel, Crimson Mask Pro Wrestling, where you will see WWE, AEW highlights, shorts from the shows on this channel, and special shorts about the history of WWE, SmackDown Greatest Hits, Raw Greatest Hits, and much, much more. Check us out, Crimson Mask Pro Wrestling with Attitude. And that's it for episode 3, man. We gonna be out of here. It was fun, and we'll catch you guys next time. Boom.
Gone.